flex, I know it's a toss. Oh, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Ayy, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm trying to spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now, right now?
Hey everybody, welcome back to New Stuff TV, the untechnical tech channel, and your home for the best infotainment on YouTube, baby. I'm your host, Antoine. Can't stop this party, won't stop this party, Richardson, because today we're going to be talking about the Sony SRS-XV800. Look at this thing, man. Just look at it. It's a whole party machine just crammed into this box right here. And I got so many things to tell you about it, but I'm gonna give you a spoiler. I think this is actually the best sounding speaker I own. Like, that says a lot, because I have a lot of speakers between Soundcore, Sony, I've got a lot of JBLs, and I've got some other brands. This has got to be the best sounding speaker I own. That says a lot. Oh man, I'm saying that on like TV video right now. Ooh. Okay, either way, we got some stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. I want to start with aesthetics. It's actually designed to be played upright, but it will convert over to a landscape mode, and it plays a little trick on you when it does that. So you can see these drivers peeking through the front grille right here. On the bottom, you've got this little tweeter, but sitting up top, you got these two massive 6.7-inch subwoofers here, and then on the top of those, you got two more tweeters, and then on the back side, it's got two dedicated tweeters back here too. But when it's playing upright, this tweeter on the bottom does not play. It actually kicks on when you turn it over in landscape. That way you don't miss any sound. And speaking of not missing any sound, because it has all these tweeters and mid-range drivers and subs all over the place, you can sit this thing literally in the middle of a room and the sound will sound the same from any direction. We're talking omni-directional sound. And that's one of the reasons I say this is the best sounding speaker I actually own. It doesn't matter if you're on the left, right, side, back, front, or wherever you're gonna be around this thing, it is going to sound pretty much the same. You're not missing any bass and you're not missing any clarity of the instrumentation or the vocals. And that's what I really love about it. A lot of times when you get big party speakers like this, they dress it up with nice lights and stuff. They do karaoke, which we'll get into, and they thump a lot of bass because that's party, right? But I'm a vocals guy. I like hearing the lyrics. I want to see what the people are saying after I enjoy the beat, of course. But this thing presents the vocals really well, and that's one of the major things I like about it. Another thing that makes this speaker a huge hit with me is that it's got a 25-hour battery life. Yeah, I said battery life, but should you actually do run out of that 25-hour battery life, you can plug it in for 10 minutes and get up to a 3-hour playtime on this bad boy once again. So let's just say you throwing this big old party, right? You just raving like crazy, right? And then at some point, the battery does die on you. Guess what? After 25 hours of partying straight, I don't know what kind of substances you got at your party to go for 25 hours, but in that event, you can still play it up to another 3 hours after taking a 10-minute break. I'm just saying, man, I don't know what kind of party lasts for 25 hours. That's ridiculous, man. I'm just saying, for a party that goes for up to 25 hours, you might be passing around some Wolf of Wall Street type of substances to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Now this is gonna be a bit of an upgrade compared to some of Sony's older party speakers, and that's the touch panel up top. Usually they have buttons, but this is a touch panel. And you can see right here, I've got it in Bluetooth mode because it is connected to my phone right now. But next to that, you see this TV sound booster and optical in. That means it doesn't necessarily have to work with a Sony TV. You can actually use the optical cable that's included to get your TV connected to it, and it'll actually boost the sound on your TV. And now you got extra bass and tweet coming out for your movies and stuff like that. Then you've got your audio in because it does have a 3.5mm input on the back, your USB in, and then you can control your lights. So you can turn your lights on and off via that button. I like them on. I like this purple color, say what you want, but it's a party speaker and it has to have that purple rave going. Then going down to the bottom row, you got your mega bass button right there. I just keep that on because I like that Sony sound signature that they got plugged into here. And then you got your battery stamina indicator, your plus and minus, and your play and pause. And then of course you need a power button to turn this thing on, and then a charging indicator. And up top here, this is just an empty slot where you can put your mobile phone. Now this is not designed to be big enough to put in a Galaxy S22 Ultra. It actually kind of just sits and it won't completely fit in there, but you can put your phone in portrait mode. That way you can actually see it and you can actually manipulate your phone that way. So I think this is really what this was designed for, to have your phone in there in portrait mode. Now, I don't know if I really mentioned this before, but this thing is ultra portable. Yes, it's big, but it's got 3 grips. You got handles galore. You got one on the back, one in the top of the front, and then one on the bottom, and you can just grab and go with this thing. But if you ain't been hitting the gym, you know what I'm saying, and your bicep game ain't strong, it's got wheels on the bottom, which are really, really nice. They have like, these are solid wheels, man. They roll nice and smooth. I've rolled it on tile, concrete in my backyard and stuff like that. And even in the parking lot coming to the studio, I rolled them on that and it just rolled smoothly. It didn't rock or anything like that. I didn't feel like it was gonna flip over. It was just an easy portable device, especially being as big as it is. Now, Sony was thinking ahead on this one because it is portable and it is a party speaker. That means it could be by a pool, or some crazy drunk mofo could end up splashing some drinks on it or something like that. So they made it IPX4 water resistant. But you gotta make sure you keep this little flap closed, and that is what I call the speaker booty. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and expose some of Sony's goodness. Right here at the top, you'll see you got a battery button, and that's gonna actually tell you like what your battery level is and stuff like that. And then on the bottom of that row, let's go to that bottom row. And that's where you're gonna see that AC input. Then moving to the right, you're gonna see your 3.5 millimeter input, and then your optical input. And then you have a mic input because it does karaoke, baby. I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. You also have an additional mic input, which actually acts as a guitar amp input as well. And then if you go up to that middle row, you'll see these 2 gain knobs. That way you can adjust your mics or your guitar amp. And then scoot over to the left and you'll see your USB input. And then we get to this top row. At the top right-hand corner, you'll see your guitar button, and then to the left of that, you'll see an echo button, so you can play around with that while you're doing karaoke. And then you'll see your key controls to the left of that. Now, as I play around with this microphone, it doesn't come included, by the way. I just wanted to play around with the echo features. That's kind of crazy. Let me stop this, man. Let me put this away. But you got to download the Sony speaker app. That way you have your first layer of access into this speaker. So you get your stuff right here. You got your speaker, you got your battery power or your battery percentage there. You got your audio in and all this good stuff. You can connect it to your YouTube music, all this good stuff. Even go into settings and change the sound profile. I actually like the default settings, which come with clear audio plus engage with that mega boost on, or mega bass. But you can get in here if you want to, man. You can go to live sound and customize it however you want. Let's go into that custom EQ. You get that 3-band EQ. I wouldn't mess with that, homie. Put it on the Sony Clear Audio Plus. That's where it's at. Then, of course, you got your TV sound booster and your DJ effects that are right there. But there's a second layer to playing around with this speaker, getting the most out of it. You can download the Sony Fiestival app. And I've already got it downloaded and it's right here. And that's where you can get into like DJ controls, all this kind of stuff. Man, they've loaded up a bunch of stuff. Let me go back in there. I saw something about karaoke. Hold up. Yes, karaoke motion control, your party playlist, your party lights, your illumination. You can change all kinds of stuff via the apps, plural, if you choose to download both of them. But man, if you just want to set it down and get the party started, that's what this thing is actually designed for. Charge it up, press the power button, and press play on your phone and get the party started. Now look, man, I'm no expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is a Red Cup certified speaker that's powerful enough to keep a Wolf of Wall Street party going for 25 hours when I see one. Now y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.